And we're spawning in on a lovely Oasis tile set. Bandit Canyon. So this is the rarely seen Desert Canyon. Get that India, boys and girls. Anyway, Alundra going for his Pickers Club, so he wants to go for the more defensive play here. I don't think he's really got to experience the map much, being a fairly new player, but Grungy, not too sure how experienced he actually is. He's quite a gifted player, but also quite a new player. So anyway, sorry, I better introduce the players. So today, on Bandit Canyon, we've got our tournament champion of Finbar's finest, Alundra, here today with us on his main civ, the Babylonians. And he's just now actually transitioning onto food. He's got enough to actually throw down a barracks and get an ox cart behind this. He's got a huge amount of food. And his opponent today is another King of the Ladder Babylonian player. We've got Grungyiowa spawning as play number 2 today. So he's got the red trunks. And he's got his barracks on the way. So Alundra's is going to be quite delayed here. He's even taking the second second ox cart first. So in fact, I think he might be going for a quick age up. I think that's what Alundra might be opting to do here, because Grungy's basically finished his barracks, and Alundra has, 200 wood already. He's got 6 food gatherers, well, dropping back to 5 now, and he's dropping up, ramping up to 4 wood gatherers, even though he's got 200 wood in the bank. So I'd wager that he's working towards his town center already, or his stables. Or he could be just blindsiding everybody today and working towards a range first opening in the mirror. I don't know, we'll have to see what happens, but Grungy on a really late Pickers Gloves. Alundra got his basically at the start of the game, which is exactly what you want to do with an eco-tech, is get it as soon as you bloody can, because a lot of the time if you're going to take it late in, you're really cutting into the value you can get out of it, and especially if it's hunting dogs, a lot of the time you can completely skip your opportunity to even use the tech if you delay it too long. So yeah, Alundra gonna throw down the ziggurat, not actually working towards this town center just yet, so probably a stables barracks mixed opening maybe, or just mass lancer. I'm not too sure, we'll have to wait and see. And Grungy, at the moment, playing fairly defensively. Getting loom as well. Got the spearmen. Got the defensive houses. And now, Alundra actually going for a quick town center here. Really interesting, impressive play today from Alundra. And Grungy playing a very standard, safe sort of way. I don't want to throw the game away. I just want to work towards a good, safe mid-game. He's sent 2 spearmen in just to check out what's going on. And he might just have to resort to... he hasn't got stacked spears, so he's going to lose one of them for free if he's not careful here. Gets out in 11... he does lose it in the end. And he doesn't actually opt to go for that house, which is actually, if he attacks from the far side, I think he'll be right to get it. He's only got 1 spearman here, so this is not going to be denying 11 villagers chucking down the town center. Ziggurat coming out from Grungy, but Alundra has his town center out on 19 villagers right now. Well, 17 I think, considering ox cart count. No. Yeah, what's his ox cart count? 20, yeah, he's on 17 villagers. So, anyway, Grungy gonna be much later in his eco, but has already got the range out. Already got the range on the way. Already got the stables down. Wasn't continually making spears, so he's really only got 3 left out of the 4 that he's produced, and he's not going to be able to really put any pressure on this with the double TC fire. But Alundra is going to have to work to get the production facilities out as quick as he can before he really starts banking up anything. He's only got 7 food gatherers and everything else on the wood, so this is great. He's doing everything he needs to do for now. And Grungy for now is going to have to back out because the spears just aren't going to be enough on their own. He's going to need to get a mass of bearers and bowmen, or lancers and bowmen, or, you know, lancers and spears, or something of that nature to be able to storm through here, or even just a mass comp of something. Because that's just small unit counts not going to be able to cut the mustard. And Alundra is going for a bit of a walk here. I mean, he's going walkabout. Straight over onto this hunt, I think. And because he's already got his hunting dogs, I didn't actually see him take it. But Alundra's already taken hunting dogs. Oh no, he's already got it on the way. Here we go. So this is perfect. Got it queued up just before he's decided to move out. Really smart play today. Oh, nice. Rainbow shields there. What vanity is that? The rainbow vanity. Looks pretty cool. Anyway, so Grungy is going to have a much bigger force, but he's only on 26 workers. Alundra up to 31 already. He's going for bowman first, and this will be a stables? Yeah, it's a stables. Of course, how could I tell? Because he's playing Babylonian. Anyway, a lot of units out in the field here for Grungy. Fairly mixed composition too. And I think he'll be, yeah, he's throwing down the stable, so 1-1-1 here for Grungy. Alundra skipping his barracks, just going stables and range now. But he does have a double villager production advantage at the moment, so as long as he can hold this out, he's going to have a huge gain. Grungy even going as far to get healing ointment, but he doesn't actually have pharmacology yet. I don't think he can really... Oh, he can probably afford to sneak it in at the moment. But Grungy, no pharmacology just yet. Did get ointment, so perhaps he just wants to continue scouting later on, or perhaps he just wants a nice big tank. Because bearing in mind, they are quite a tanky unit. Alundra's just going to see more and more units trickle in here, and he's going to go, oh crap, I have to defend this sometime soon. A wall coming up, and they do only cost wood for the Babylonian player. You don't have to gather your stone. And Grungy... He's got two... Oh no. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't see the gatherers, they were hidden. See that? See that? That's Babylonians OP. They're hiding the workers. You can't tell. You can't get an accurate reading. Some gardens coming up. Well, a garden. Alundra already got his garden out and his town centre. And you can get multiple gardens. You can actually, yeah, get like 4 to start with. And I can't remember how many in the subsequent ages. I've been avoiding Babylonian for that long. I'd actually forget what the garden counts are. Too much war party. Anyway. A nice defense here from Alundra. And I think he's in the position to be able to defend this if he can throw down his barracks in a minute. Well, I mean, not in a minute. Throw down his barracks as soon as he gets 200 wood here. He should be okay to actually defend this, I think. I'm just not so sure about pushing out. Like, I don't know why he's looking at pushing out if he can wait a little bit longer and he'll have a same sized or bigger force. Unless he really needs to get on. Maybe he just needs to really get on the food there. Although he probably... I don't know if he knows about this. But, Alundra trying to move out. Grungy's parked everything out the front. Population's 50 to 34 in village accounts. So Grungy does actually have a bigger army here. But if he plays this right, Alundra can chip away at a lot of the spearmen and a lot of the bowmen from behind the wall here. He probably could have left a villager up here to defend against this, I think, because he is going to lose the wall now. But the bowmen are going to be able to really repel a lot of the spearmen in this front line of Grungy's, and he's falling down in terms of pop now. Alundra is actually 20 population ahead now, so it's not just the village account. He's actually got a bigger army out of this. He's actually managed to take a successful fight. Grungy was perhaps attacking that a little bit too long there, and Alundra has managed to wrap things up there. He's done well to be able to go with the TC range stables defense here against Grungy's basically 1-1-1 before TC. In fact, the town centre is really only just going down now, and a big lance account here for Alundra. A lot of them have taken damage, but there's that many of them. I don't think Grungy can fight them outright because his stables was a little bit later actually, and he hasn't had the continuous production out of it. He's actually starting to slip in terms of resources at the moment, I think, whereas Alundra has a really healthy eco behind this. 58 villagers to 38, so the 20 villager lead is really going to help Alundra, give him a good buffer here. Now that he's walled up, there's not a lot that Grungy can do to him. Grungy hasn't actually walled at this point, and is losing a couple of villagers here. Alundra's going to trade some lances here, but I don't think it's really going to cause him to sweat too much. His production queue is basically full. He's even getting some slingers in the mix. 37 villagers to Grungy, 60 to Alundra at this point. So things are really looking... The ball's looking to be in Alundra's court at the moment. Things are really looking up for him. No walls here for Grungy just yet, so he does actually... Oh no, he doesn't actually have the wood to chuck it down, really. I don't think. Not on both sides. And he is just sending in scouting lances and actually losing them for free. I don't know. I don't even think he's scouting. I think he's just had it rallied there and he's been losing him for free. So that's not going to fare him too well unless Alundra manages to move everything out to the point where this can be chipped away. But there's Stonewall coming out, and if Alundra gets a villager on this, it's going to be very, very hard for Grungy to really make use of a single lancer here other than disrupting this for a minute. And 41 to 63 is the villager count, so Alundra 20 pop ahead at the moment. Age 3 on the way, Temper on the way. Grungy has just got a second range out of this for now, and a couple of houses. Oh, and he's already got Temper, actually. I take that back. So he's already had the damage upgrade. Alundra's is just about to finish, though. And Grungy's done a good job at actually keeping up in terms of population overall, and he's going to have a bigger military here. But there is some slingers in the mix for Alundra, so he's going to be able to put pressure on. And he's pulled lances away, so this is going to make it harder for him to take this fight. But Grungy's going to be very distracted in a minute. These slingers for Alundra really need to get up towards the front, or he needs to pull this army back out. And Grungy doing well to have such a nice army count behind this. But I fear it might not be enough, because Alundra is still ahead in terms of total pop. These lances are coming back to deal some damage, and he's going to have to clean this up. And he can't just do it with slingers that are coming out of his production facilities. And the split army here from Grungy, while he's distracted up here by these lances, is going to be good for Alundra. He's going to actually trade really well here, because his front line is being protected by his bows a lot better, and he's going to snipe a garden in the meanwhile. So Grungy, he does manage to slip in the shield upgrade there, but for his ranged armor. But man, it's a lot of slingers in the mix here, and the lances are taking the most of the fire here for Alundra. So Alundra really destroying Grungy's army there, and Grungy just now cleaning everything up inside his own base. So he's going to have to throw down another couple of gardens to make up for what he's lost here. And he's on 40 villages to Alundra's 71, so Alundra's eco is huge behind this. Cultivation is going to come in. There's mounted archers on the way. Grungy is now basically an age behind overall. And Alundra's even throwing down the third TC behind this, so he's been playing very solid behind this. Grungy is having to actually distance gather there. And if Alundra scouts that, it's going to be terrible for Grungy, because that's Grungy's main food source at the moment. In fact, yeah, he's struggling to continue producing out of all of his production facilities at once, considering he just doesn't have the food. He's getting some more farms, he's gone back up on his gardens, but he's really had to take a hit in terms of like his lancer production, his spearman production, his villager production. It's 45 to 73 at the moment, so Alundra's actually sort of slowed his down at the moment to just maintain army size, because he just doesn't need it. But Grungy is going to walk straight past this because he's so distracted with what's going on out in the map, I think. Now he's going to see it and pull back. But Alundra's going to have the opportunity to just push straight in here, I think. I don't know if this is actually really going to get denied, because it might do. Alundra's just now realizing he might actually be able to finish this off if he just breaks away like 2 units and sends a couple more villagers. He can throw away a couple of villagers, get it up anyway, and he should be able to make a decisive push here, I think. But Grungy, in the meanwhile, is going to try and have none of it, try and kill as many of these workers as he can, and defend as well as he can. But there's units heading in from both sides of his base. He's parked his army as far back as he can, just so he doesn't lose much before he takes the good engage. But Lancer Champs kicked in now for Alundra. The age up advantage is really going to mean a lot for him in this fight. More Lancers coming in to clean this up over at his third town center, which is going to ultimately get finished off by the look of it. And yeah, those Lancer Champions are just eviscerating the unchampioned Lancers. And the third town center for Alundra does finish off. Right now Grungy is doing everything he can to repel Alundra, but for no amount of good micro is going to get him out of a fight where his army count is just this much smaller than his opponents. He does have units popping out of his production facilities right now, but he doesn't really even have enough to afford keeping everything queued. He hasn't got anything coming out of his ranges. He's stopped Stables production right now, and Alundra, yeah, he's got the third town center down, streaming units in bit by bit, and much bigger army at the moment. Working counts 48 to 65. Poor Grungy, I think this is going to be it for him. He's going for a couple of cheeky stables to the back of his opponent's base, but I don't know if this is really going to accomplish much. Alundra is probably going to notice this if he walks past. Oh, he might. Oh, Grungy might be safe to get the proxy stables off, but is it going to be too little too late, folks? Can he do it? He's only down to 25 villages. Grungy, please. And Alundra is maxed out age 3. Getting his last few Lancers. He just needs to scout this. He hasn't seen it yet. And this is going to be it. Grungy's not even going to be able to afford this. He doesn't even have the food to get anything out of this. He's going to build like... He's not even age 3, so he can't build mounted archers. He doesn't have the food to build any Lancers. This is GG. Alundra's going to scout this. Okay, so Grungy's not going to surrender. So you're going to be forced to sit through this. Actually... Nah. I'll just let it play it out. But yeah, guys, please don't drag out the games because the viewers aren't going to appreciate it. But this isn't going to work for him. Oh, come on, guys. What can he do here in this position? Yeah, sorry guys, but yeah. Apologies to the viewers that the players just want to drag out the games endlessly for no reason. I don't really want to be caught in the middle offending players, offending viewers and being the bad guy. Not tonight, guys. So anyway, I can't really be bothered to go over the stats. GG, that's what that was.